What's up guys, Random Razor here with another tech video for you guys today. And today bringing guys a quick in-depth review of the BoxeWave keyboard buddy case for the iPhone 6. So of course without further ado, let's slap this on the iPhone and give you guys my full in-depth review. The keyboard buddy case from BoxeWave is actually a case I've reviewed in the past for both the iPhone 4 as well as the iPhone 5 and of course now the iPhone 6. It comes in your standard cardboard packaging here. Of course, you also get the case as well as a USB to micro USB charging cable. So here's the case itself. As you guys can see, like the past keyboard cases I've reviewed, it is a snap-on style case where iPhone will snap onto the back of the case, which of course I'll show you guys very soon. The keyboard portion here is a slide-out style landscape keyboard. There isn't any portrait style keyboards I've seen for the iPhone 6 yet. But the nice thing about landscape is I find it a lot more accurate than the portrait ones just because they're a lot more bigger keys. One new thing that BoxeWave did this year was include these kind of curved indentations on each of the keys. I like this very much just because you can actually feel the keys better and it doesn't make you kind of second guess when you're pressing a button. So it's definitely a nice little design improvement over the last few models. So to install this onto the iPhones, it's pretty simple. It's a snap-on style case. Actually, I go the other way first. Just because there's no actual button covers, since that is the longest side that covers the iPhone, and it should just snap into place like so. It's a nice subtle snap there, but anyways, that's pretty much it and you're ready to go. Hold the power button here until the light turns on. Next thing you want to do is hold FN as well as the wireless key to connect it, and you should see the blue light flashing and my case just connected. If you're doing this for the first time, it's going to ask you to punch in a few numbers and hit enter like pretty much all keyboard style cases, and you're pretty much set to go. So anyways, it's not connecting for some reason. Alright, we'll just hit connect. Alright, now it's connected. Now we're ready to go. So anyways, as you guys can see here, the Bluetooth keyboard's all ready to go. We have some standard features, obviously all the letters, punctuation marks. Some nifty cool features of the keyboard are the extras such as the home button here. So if I flip to a different page, hit the home button, takes you directly back. I don't see a lock button on this one. Could be the power button. Nope, so no lock button on this one, which is not a huge deal just because you can easily press it on the top here. You can turn it on via the keyboard. Some of the cool extras of this keyboard is you can also control brightness right off the keyboard. Hold the FN button here, which is kind of a secondary function, denoted by the blue colored punctuation marks, letters, and all that, or the symbols. And as you can see, we can control brightness too. The backlight is on. You can hardly see it, but I'm going to show you guys later in this video in the darkness. You also have music playback as well, which is pretty cool. You can also forward and backspace as well. So it's kind of cool. We have these little extra features on the keyboard that, doesn't make it just a keyboard. All right, so let's do a little quick type test. Keep in mind, this is the first time I'm kind of doing this. But if we just let my camera focus on the keyboard here, this is just going to be a quick test of the BoxeWave Bluetooth keyboard. Alright, so my typing there was extremely slow, but like any keyboard, obviously it does take a bit of time to get used to. And from past experience with physical keyboards, especially the BlackBerry I used to have a number of years ago, it does make quite a big difference in terms of your typing efficiency and speed. One thing I do really like about the keyboard, as I mentioned earlier, is these curved indentations on the keys here. They do make a really big difference in terms of typing just because it's a lot more easier to feel each individual key. Here's a quick look at the bottom of the case here just to give you guys an idea of the thickness. And as you guys can see, the keyboard does add about twice the thickness of the iPhone 6, so it is noticeable, but because they use a slim snap-on style case for the case portion of the keyboard case, it minimizes it as much as possible. So taking a look at the actual case itself, the case doesn't actually lip around the iPhone, as you guys can kind of see here, so you don't really get that much protection for the top part unless you have a screen protector on. So I do strongly recommend a screen protector if you do plan on using this case. Taking a look at the left side of the case here, you do just have one large cutout for the volume rockers as well as the vibrating ringer switch, and of course the same deal is over for the power button as well. Now, as you guys saw earlier, the entire bottom of the case is all open up to give you full access to your lightning port, speakerphone, as well as your headphone jack. And for those of you wondering about the camera cutout is cut out through the keyboard, as well as the actual case itself, so you can use the camera with or without the keyboard on. And continuing on with the back here, we do have a very nice rubberized matte finish, which gives you a good amount of grip, and of course the BoxeWave logo on the bottom here. I do kind of wish this matte finish was applied to the actual case itself like they did for the iPhone 5 version. which I did like just because it adds a bit more grip to the actual case. But not sure why BoxeWave didn't do that this year, but that's just one thing I wish they did. And here's a closer look at what it looks like with the backlight on in a more darker area here of the room. And as you guys can see, it looks pretty sharp. The LEDs light up every individual symbol as well as the border of each individual key as well. So everything's identifiable, if that's even a word, and looks pretty sharp. Definitely adds a little more spice to the case in terms of functionality as well as the aesthetic look. Overall, guys, my first impressions on the BoxeWave keyboard buddy case for the iPhone 6 is very positive. Like BoxeWave's predecessors for the previous generation iPhones, it's a very functional case that not only works but looks really nice as well. The typing experience on the keyboard case is very accurate, and also the extra features such as the home button, brightness control, and music playback buttons make the keyboard a little bit more worthwhile to use. In terms of any cons or things I like about the keyboard buddy case, the only thing I could say is I do wish that matte finish that I showed you guys earlier was also applied to the actual case, and if possible, maybe offer a version of the keyboard case with a more protective case portion that protects a bit more of the iPhone. In comparison to the brand new case I reviewed a few weeks back, in terms of which one is better, both offer similar features such as backlight, obviously the keyboard, both are snap-on style cases. The one thing I did prefer about the brand new was the keyboard wasn't as wide, it's a little bit more smushed together, you could say, so you didn't have to move your thumb around as much, but the indentations on this particular keyboard here does make it a little bit more worthwhile, as the accuracy I found on this keyboard a little bit better. In conclusion, guys, if you're looking for a keyboard style case for your iPhone 6, you definitely can't go wrong with the keyboard buddy case from BoxeWave. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and that's my quick in-depth review of the BoxeWave keyboard buddy case for the iPhone 6. As always, I'd like to thank BoxeWave for shooting this out review. Hit that like button, as always helps me out, and I'll see you all next video.